we are live. Oh, hey, there we go. Right, if you can hear me, you can't see me at the moment. Let me just get my my webcam going on my Raspberry Pi. Right, hello. If you can see me, last time I went live I had a few issues and I couldn't get my camera working. I was trying to do the Chromium interface to do the show the Google the YouTube live stream for the chat, etc. But this time I've got my laptop doing it. Hey! So I can see the chat. I'm just going to stick that over there, and I'm going to plug my charger in so it doesn't die. Awesome. There we go. Right. Hello. Thank you for joining RasPipKr tutorials. I'm Martin Parker, and in this live coding video, it saves me editing the video and syncing up the as you can see, my webcam is about a second behind from me talking, so there you go. Can't have everything, I guess, but Raspberry Pi, it is working. It is streaming live to YouTube on my other computer, and if I bring up my phone I should be live on my YouTube on here as well. Oh dear. Right, so there we go, it is live. Awesome. Whew. Right, the plan of action for today's video, let's get cracking with it. As it says in the description, it says live coding in Python, grabbing a CCTV picture for my home heating security control. Right, so let us just bring up my current version. Now I've created two buttons, so I've got an on button and I have a off button. So bearing in mind I've already created that button, because I didn't see point in doing this on the Python video, so there you go. Right, let us, in here I have settings for my username, my password, the IP address and the port number, and also the camera details, because I don't want to give you them. So there you go, because I don't want to display it to everybody in the whole world. So anyhow, let's get rid of that, leave that, make that full screen. Right, so I already pre-sorted this out so that it's commented out, so it won't take over the full screen when I run it. So let me just run this. This is working locally on this Raspberry Pi. I've got nothing attached to my GPIOs, so I can't trigger any sensors, but when I've completed the what I want to do with the video, I will upload it to the Pi that's downstairs, because it's currently running the software, and then we'll test it out in a live situation. So I'll open that window and I'll stick my arm out and trigger the rear sensor, and hopefully this time bit here will then show the well, it'll be the rear picture of my house. Okay, no pressure then. Yeah. Right, so currently in these security settings, I've got these as they are. I've got external voice, which I'm going to turn off because I don't want anything weird to happen. Turn the doors off. I can trigger my decking lights if it was the correct Pi, but here the barbecue time, which was an idea, because normally when we have barbecues I don't want it to trigger lights and stuff, and it saves me clicking all these to work automatically. I just press that and it sorts it all out, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to change that to be my CCTV preview button on there. Okay, so let's get moving. So first I want to create, rather than running that script all the time, I'm just going to create a new file, and I'm going to save this into the same folder so I can use them settings for the, there's nothing in the chat, now and then I'll just glance over. So I'm going to go in desktop and home, and I'm going to call this CCTV. So this is just my working script, and then when I've got this working I'll import it into the main code, because I like to prefer to do stuff that way. Anyhow, what am I going to get? Right, let me just show you, because just before the live stream, maybe about half an hour ago, before I try to settle my nerves, etc., I pulled a picture from my camera system, and it looks like that. So it was about 2:45, so about an hour ago. It's taken me an hour to settle down, I guess. Ish. So there you go. So that is my front camera. So that is what I'm aiming to do. As you can see up the top here, it's 1920 by 1080. My desktop isn't that size. 1280 by 800, I believe this desktop is. Sorry, this screen that I'm working with on my Oak Pi laptop. So that's what I'm aiming to do. So I want to get my front, the side and the rear cameras to trigger when a sensor is triggered that's outside the house. No problem. Let's have a go anyhow. So I'll close that off, and we've got our script. So right, now when I pulled that image I used the command line. I used wget, entered the IP address with my username, password, etc., and I set an output file to the front cam.png, I think it was. Excuse me. So I'm not going to do that in here because I want to do it by Python. I'm going to need to use a couple of libraries. I want to use requests, so I'm going to import requests, and I like to stick stuff in an order. So from pillow, import image. So I'm going to use the image unit from pillow, and go down here. Right, so let's first of all get a, we'll call it capture, and capturer. Set this to a request dot get, and we're going to pass, I almost forgot, I need to put my from my house settings, import star. Now a lot of people don't like doing that, and I don't mind doing that when it's my own script. I know what's in there and I know what I'm playing with, but do you know what, let's be specific. If I can remember what I've set the variables to, that would help. So I think I've got the user, I've got pass wd, I've got the user, I think it's cam IP for the IP address. I've got the port, what's it called? I don't want to show it. Cam IP. Do you know what? Let me just from my house settings. I don't want to show you my details. Import star. Right, now if I do directory, it should tell me my variables, and if it doesn't I'll get very upset. And camera IP. I've obviously planned this well in advance. Right, so I've got my camera, they're the camera numbers. I've got my camera IP. Where's the port one? Got my password, I know that. I know my camera bits. I know I've done a port number one. Where is it? Please excuse me while I try and figure out what my port number. I don't want to enter the port number by hand. I do have a variable set, and I should be on here. Hey dear. Ah, HTTP port. There we go. Right, let's get back onto that line. So camera IP, HTTP port, and then I want to pull in camera 1, camera 2, and camera. I'm only going to go with, I'll just go with one. I'll just do the front one that I showed you earlier. Right, so the URL that I'm going to pass into this would be http :// stick a placeholder in there for the user, and then a colon, another placeholder, and @ symbol, and then another placeholder for the camera IP, another colon, and the placeholder for the port number, and then it's / I don't know what this stands for, ISAPI, I guess, streaming dot channels / and then another for the camera number. So I'm going to put that in. It's only 101 for camera 1. It's nothing to be. It's not really. But the reason why I've done it as a variable, so that when I do my function, I'm able to, when I call the function, pass in which camera to go for to do the picture, and then show it on screen. So when it's done that, I want the / and then picture for a picture grab, and then it needs to be question mark video resolution width equals 1920 and video resolution height equals 1080. Right, so that, albeit a long, super duper long string, that is the HTTP details. Right, I need to pass in the I need to pass in the dot format, and the first one is user, and then it's the password, and then it's the IP, and then the HTTP port, and then camera 1. Super. Right, I'm sorry that's off screen, but yeah, it's a bit long. If I didn't have this bit on here, it would be it wouldn't be a 1080 picture. It'll be like a squarish sort of picture, and that's why I've put that on. I do have HD cameras, and that's the size of the picture that is set into it. So basically I have grabbed the picture and I want to check if that picture is correct. So I'm going to do print capture, and that will give me a response if it's done it or not. So let us just saved, well, I need to save it anyhow. There we go, we've got a response of 200, which is good. So that means that bit's worked. Right, let's get rid of that. Now I want to use the image library to so I'll call this image, I guess, and we'll go with image dot I'm jumping gun here. I want to show you how it shows, so let me just print out capture dot content, and this will return the bytes of the actual picture rather than the response, and it should be something rather cool. Wowzers, 8,492 lines of bytes. So there you go. I'm not going to click on that because it doesn't mean anything when you do it, but so now you've seen that I'm going to do it. So image is equal to image dot, and I'm going to use from bytes. What's going on? No, that's my keyboard died. Hey, my mouse is working, but my dongle's not working. Keyboard. I don't believe it. There's nobody watching live stream, I don't think. That is so annoying. I need a wire. Let me just rob this wire from my little lad's got a Kindle Fire. I'm going to rob his power lead and put my keyboard, power it up, because I think it's died. Alive now. Oh. Okay. And the keyboard's died on me. Yay! Awesome. Every time I go live there's always an issue. I can't get into my Raspberry Pi, so I have to plug it into my laptop. Nope, still can't. That's kind of ruined that then, hasn't it? Charge light's on, so it must have died. Oh man, I don't believe this. I don't know what to say. Have a drink. I know it's coming up to Halloween, but this isn't blood. That's blackcurrant and hot water, because that's how I drink it. Seriously. Right. My USB for my keyboard is underneath my camera, so I'm just going to have to pull my camera. Turn my camera off a second. And see if I can get it to look. Every time I go live there's an issue. this a try. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Right. I hope that'll be alright. I've never actually charged it whilst I've been using it. Whew. Sorry for the noise. Got me headset back on. Let's got my camera back. I ain't plugged it in, Wally. Oh no. And it's not come up. That's because I didn't plug it in beforehand. Oh dear. Need to FFmpeg is doing my live stream, and it should be FF play to do with my webcam. So let's try and click it again. Hey, ta-da! Right. Whew. There's not like any issues, is there? That's the fun about coding. You have to solve the problems. And God, do I have problems. Right. Sorry about all that. The stream current bitrate is 672 kilobits per second, which is lower than the recommended bit. That's what the YouTube on my laptop over here is saying. There's nobody in chat, otherwise they would probably be having a laugh at my misfortune. Anyhow, let's get back to what I wanted to do. Strange, I had to unplug my USB for the keyboard though, because my mouse, which uses the same dongle, was working, so that's why I thought it was my batteries of my keyboard. Never mind. Hopefully I don't break it, because I've never charged it whilst I've been using it. Anyhow, so image is equal to image dot from, there we go, bytes. I'm actually typing now. It's in a weird position now as the keyboard. It's on the edge of this cupboard that I use because I'm stood up in little lad's room, because it's the quietest room when there's a dog downstairs, and the boy playing on Fortnite, no doubt. Anyhow, sorry, waffling on. So I want the mode to be RGB. Whoops. The size. It needs to be a 2-pol, I know that much. So 1920 by 1080. It's gone away. Data, I think it was next. And this wants to be capture.content because it's wanting to receive the bytes, as in image.from bytes. And if we pass that in, that should be okay. And let's img.save, and we will call this CCTV, I guess, .png, because we'll want to work with PNGs when you're working with Takinta. That's all we need. Let's run that. Oh, and we got a problem. Not enough image data. How weird. That's from bytes. All the bytes are there. Well, I think so anyhow. Do you know, I've had enough problems so far. Let me just do a search on my phone rather than pulling up a web page on here. I don't want to touch my laptop because I don't want people to think that I'm looking at a script. I've just got the right, so I want to search for hyphen pillow image from bytes. So I want to pull that into image using the from bytes, and we'll search there, go into that one, and good old Stack Overflow. Well, here somebody's got it where they're using another library called IO, if you can see that. So no, you probably can't. Great, that was a slight waste of time. Right, so let's try and have a go with that method of doing it. So let's import IO. Never really used it before, but hey. So he's doing image.open, so let's just get rid of all that. So image.open, well, I say he, it could be a she, and then we're passing in io.bytes IO, and then we're passing in the image data, and my image data is capture.content, and let's see if that works. We've not had an error. We've not had an error. Awesome. Let's just get to the folder. Oops, I didn't mean to do that one. That should stay on top anyhow. It is on top. I must have pulled it back. Let's get into here, and CCTV picture 16:04. There you go, there's the time. That is a live picture. Well, it's not alive now because it's seconds ago. Oh, it's just gone at 16:05. So just so you don't think there's any dodgy trickery, because everything's gone wrong so far, let's do it again. So we should have a 16:05, and this is the picture that's loaded into memory. So if I close that and bring up that picture again, there we go, 16:05 and 15 seconds. Sorted. Right, so we've got as picture pulling. I want to use the image library. I want to wrong one. Let's get the there. Alright, I want to it's been a while since I've used Pillow, but I want to image dot resize, and we want to pass in I presume it'll be a tuple again, so pass in the size that I want. Now the screen that I use for my touchscreen downstairs on my my amazing version of a home assistant, my home heating control security thing, is 800 by 480, and I know because of the picture sizing, if you bring it down, I'm not going to get it to fill, so I'll have to compensate and lose out on the height, but I'm going to have the full width of the screen. So I want to resize that, and I want to save it, and let's get rid of that one. It's gone through. Let's bring up the picture, and oh, it's still 1080. The time has changed though, so that's good. I know what I've done. It's been, like I say, it's been a while since I've done Pillow, so I'm going to call this new img is equal to, and then we'll call new image.save, because you need to set it as a new variable. You can't use that because it still classes it as the same variable, and I tend to wiggle my mouse a lot, so I do apologise for that. Right, so now it should be resized. Awesome. Right, so we've got us picture pulling, so let's put it into the main code. I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. Don't necessarily need this, so let's get rid of that. Right, let's make that smaller. We'll put that about there-ish. Chuck this over here. It would be really cool if you could split screen like you can on my Linux Mint on my laptop, because I got rid of Windows because it's pants. So it'd be cool if you could do that on a Raspberry Pi, but you can't seem to do it. Anyhow, right, so I've got this and I want to start changing my display. So I want to get to my security menu, and I want to put in place the correct picture for the button. And where is it? So there's the back one. I know what it's in as. Do you know what? I'm going to leave the picture being as that because I don't want to go into the folder for now. I could just chuck it in, can I? Let's. I think it's the mode one that I've got it set for. Do you know what? We'll hard code it in. So I'll just comment this bit out just to get it working so it shows on the display correctly. Cool. Right, so the file is called CCTV _ on button.png, I believe. And if I close that off and comment that out, right, so that should then be there. Mode change function. Have we got a mode change function? Didn't realise I had. Mode change. Ah, yeah, it will do, won't it? Right, I need to take that function out because I don't want it to actually do anything. So I'm just going to end that off there and comment that command out. Basically and that's the wrong one, Martin, well done. I hope you spotted that because I'm a bit flustered with all the keyboard problems that I had earlier, so sorry. Anyhow, right, so that's commented out is the mode change. Basically the mode change function is when you touch the screen on that button that I've got there, it changes it to be either off or on, basically. So I'm going to code it so it stays in the on position just for me to do my testing whilst I'm doing this live stream, because I don't want to go into my settings file and give you my details. Not that I don't trust you or anything, but anyhow, right, so I've created that and I want to be able to create a function. Let's stick in at the bottom there. These are to do with my temperatures, so that's why they're commented out. Right, so let's call a function called grab image. Yeah, we'll go with that. And we're going to pass in the camera. We'll just call it cam, and we will go with basically we want to grab all of this. We need to import these libraries as well, so I'm going to first of all get it to do all of this really. So I'm just going to grab all this, copy that and stick it in here. It's going to chuck it in the best it can, but we need to just indent it over, so like so. I'm going to get rid of these spaces because we don't want white space, do we? Right, let's just put another line in there. Right, so we've grabbed our picture, and the camera that we're going to work with I'm going to put into down here. Yeah, so let me just slide to the end of here. So rather than the cam 1 excuse me, I'm going to pass in the cam variable that we're passing in when we're calling excuse me, the actual function. So grab image, and that's what we're going to pass into it. So in the trigger of the sensors, so I need to get back up here. Nobody in chat, nobody laughing at me. And because I've got my rear sensor just there near the window, the camera won't see me because of the position of the camera, but I'm going to trigger the rear one, and we'll get a picture of the rear camera. So let us put it into this function, because this is a working thread on its own. And what we want to do is, so when it's triggered to false, when it goes to ground, if the external voice is on, it's going to do that. But before we do that, we're going to grab the image, and we're going to pass in now, because this is PIR free, which is the rear, I know it's going to be camera free, which is imported through my house settings. That's a variable. Basically it's just 301 as a string. So that's going to do that, and when it's done that, if the voice is set, then it's going to add it into the voice, and basically we want to then pass in if security menu. That's going to sort out the display, so I don't need to worry about that bit. If it's not, then it's going to do that, and basically when it's done that, I want to display the picture, so we'll put it in after this first if. So we'll call, well we're going to create a function, so we'll call this disp image, so we'll pass it in as that, and we're going to it's going to grab that CCTV image. Don't think we need to pass anything, to be fair, so let's just create the function, or call the function, and we will go to the bottom, and where we've done the grab, speaking of grab, let's grab all this bit of text here, because this is what makes the frames work for my code. So it's going to come over here, and we're going to call the disp image, pass nothing into it, and backspace, and then paste it in because it's all indented. There's nothing on chat, nobody's watching, yay, but I'm sure you're watching it back though, aren't you? Cool. Yes, I'm a bit strange. So these are my defaults. Basically what is happening here is I do not need that line, so let's get rid of that. Right, so the main bit here is this frame is the layout of my my GUI. So although you've got the root, I use disp frame, so root will always stay alive. Disp frame, as you can see here, I destroy it because I'm evil and I like to blow stuff up. But then I recreate it into the root with a black background, and it expands to be the full width, etc. Menu screen, that's basically, it's just that it is a menu screen. This necessarily won't be a menu screen, but when menu screen is on and the last touch in the showtime function that's further up, I don't need to move to it, but basically if it's after 30 seconds, not seconds, from when this image is brought on, then it'll go back to the show time, so the screensaver sort of thing. And it's not security menu, so that's why that's false. But what I want to do is I want that camera picture to stay on screen for more than should we have it on for 2 minutes? So 30 seconds is the standard time, so if I plus 90 seconds is a minute and a half, so this way the picture will stay on screen for 2 minutes. Okay, so that's that. And then basically what I want to do here is I need a drink. Excuse me, mouth getting dry. Basically I want to get that image, so I'm going to have to put it as a global because it won't display. I've done that previously where I forget to set it as a global, so we'll call this image, I don't want to call it anything that's previously been called, so we'll call this, what should we call it? The joys of doing stuff live, non-scripted, etc. Let's just call it CCTV. I know it's the actual no, I can't call it that, can I? We'll call it you know what, let's call it camera image. Yeah, so very inventive. So camera image is equal to tk, not tl, dot photo image, and the file that we want to pull, that's the point. I'm setting it as CCTV image. I'm pulling it in. I know it's already in memory. Yeah, we'll pull it in again. Well, we don't actually pull it in again. Yeah, we'll do it this way. So anyhow, file is equal to cctv.png, because Tkinter likes PNGs, and we're going to put a camera, and we'll set this as a label, so we'll call camera label is equal to tk.label, and it's going to go into the disk frame. We don't need to set a background because it's going to be covered over by a picture, so that's irrelevant. It should take up the full picture. Right, so camera label dot, and we can grid this, but it doesn't really matter, so we're just going to pack it. I know normally I grid stuff, but when I do stuff into the root window I pack it, so it's a bit easier. So I'm just going to pack this in there, but as I have the width, the full width, and the height 450, and it's going to be a gap at bottom as it is because it'll stick it in at top, so I want to pad it down So let's have a go with that. So I'll stick a bit of pad in the Y direction, and so technically there's 30 pixels, so if I go, we'll go 15 down, so that should be in the middle. Yeah, that should be it. So I know that's not going to work, so we don't want to actually grab the image, because we've already got our image. No, we do. Yeah, because it's always going to be set to on. I've got no way to actually trigger it, have I? Right, I've got an idea. I'm going to set the button that I set for the CCTV preview on to actually trigger this function, rather than it being, because I ain't got a jumper with me. I've got jumpers downstairs, but I ain't got a jumper to short between ground and the appropriate pin for the rear sensor at the moment. So I'll well, it'll be when I've uploaded it live to the other one, the one downstairs, then it will all work. So yeah, let us. So I'm going to grab image and pass in. Keep going. Where's the commented out bit? Right, so I want to uncomment that bit out, and this is going to be changed to. I don't need any of that. So grab image, pass in arguments into here. I need to tell it as a lambda, I believe. So pass that as a lambda. Or can I do it the other way? Yeah, should imagine. Anyhow, do that. Is it colon or is it comma? Grab image, and then args equals. I think this is how you do it. Like I say, it's been a while since I've messed around with pictures. This wants to be a string of 301 for the rear camera. Yeah, I think that's what I need. Let's try it. Syntax error, awesome. What am I doing? I'm thinking of when I'm working with threading, when I'm doing it through calling a threading. So because I'm using lambda, I can just call the function and pass it in. So I didn't need that. There we go. Syntax error again. Grab image does take a argument, doesn't it? Grab image. Oh, can't remember how you do it. Oh, I did this before. Nobody online chatting. Lambda x. Lambda x. And then is it x equals? I think that's. Do you know, it's been a while since I've done this. Come on. Nope. going into the wrong one. Yeah, I should be in security. Right, so it's on. There's my button, which is good. And let's see if we've done the coding right. Should be grabbing the image. Let's have a look in the folder and see if it has done it. CCTV 1607, so no, it's not pulled the image because I haven't set the imports of the language libraries. Oh dear, Martin, I just realised. Oh dear. Right, so I've got that one, so I need to do the I like to put stuff in a line, so from PIL import image, there we go, and it pops in, and I don't think I even need OS in here, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And the other one was requests, and it should fit in here. Oof, just too many eyes. Right, let's run that. Let's give it a whirl. Don't know what that were about. Never mind. How's it giving it a problem? Right. Lambda missing. I can't remember how I did the lambda before with my previous GUIs. Is it just that way? There's no errors come. Let's have a look, shall we, and look at. I don't have one currently there. And we have grabbed our rear picture. Yay, look at the garden. So we have pulled the picture, we've saved it, but we haven't displayed it. Why didn't it display? But we've pulled the picture, that's the main thing. Let's just minimize that one and get rid of that one. It didn't do that function at all, did it? So let's get to PIR thread 3 and grab image. It's well, it's not going to display it, is it? Because I'm not triggering the passive. Oh dear. Yeah, that's prepared for when I upload it to the actual Raspberry Pi that's downstairs. Oh man, I need to get to that function for the modes change, not that one. Below. I need to call this function. Now I've saved it. So why did that do that? There we go. Right, so disp image. Whew. And it's a function, don't forget the parentheses. Right, so the time now is 16:33, 32. I'm going to wait. I'm going to chill out a second, have a drink, and do it when it gets to 33. There's nobody in chat at the moment. The stream's been going however long. 54 minutes, but I did have quite a few problems earlier with my keyboard. Oh, it says it's charged up. I don't know what happened there. Anyhow, it's working, so I can unplug this wire. I'll sort that out for his Kindle in a bit. It's gone at 33, so let's go into the security menu and click on the CCTV preview, and ta-da! It's not done it. Awesome. Camera image. Oh, mine. I didn't tell it that the image is equal to camera image. Hang on, I got that variable name somewhere else. Do I call that somewhere? No, it's just here, innit? Yeah. Right, let's see how many seconds there is. 54, awesome. Right, so I'll just give it a couple of seconds. 34 now. Right, go into security and click on there. Ta-da! Right, and we've got a suitable border at the top and at the bottom. Awesome. So it displays it within a second or two, I guess. So what I need to do now is I want to upload it to my unit that's downstairs. I know the stream's getting on for nearly an hour, but I'm happy with it, and I'm not bothered if it's taking an hour, because I do stuff. I'm just waiting for the time to go back, and it should be 36 in about a couple of seconds when it goes back to the screensaver mode. So there's another minute to go, because it's still 34 at the moment. 35 now. I'll have another drink. And if I'm going to test outside, I need to do it quick soon, because it's looking a bit grey out there. It might rain again. It should be getting near to 16:36. It's gone to 36. There we go. So it's roughly about the time. So yeah, I'm happy with that. But it's working. That's the main thing. So let us close that off, and we don't need that. House 2, we're going to keep that. Well, I don't need it now, so I'm going to close that. I don't need the CCTV script that I initially did, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I need this, and I don't need this, so I can close that. Right, let's connect to the Pi downstairs. So first of all, I need to SSH into it, because like I said, the script is currently running, and my wife has got the heating on. I've just felt the radiator, so I'm just going to put the. So she's got a little bit of heating in the meantime, whilst I stop it working. Top, and I'm looking for my Python script. 9251. 9251. Oops, I forgot a space. 9251. Right, so that should have gone off downstairs. So what I'm going to do is let's make this full screen. We'll clear this, and we're going to secure shell into it to transfer the folder that's on the. Oh, it's me going black screen. I thought my stream had gone off. I just saw it go black on the corner of my eye. This wants to be pi at .0.17, and yeah, we're happy with that. Password. Right, so where am I? So let's list out. So the home folder that the script is working on, that pi, is currently there. So I want to, where am I on my current thing? So I'm in the pi folder, which I could have done pwd, lpwd, so there we go. I want to cd for myself into desktop and into the, no, just to the desktop will do. And if I do local present print working directory, it's not done it. That should have done the command. Do you know what? Let's just exit out of that and we'll change into the desktop ourselves. There we go. I've just realised I'm still SSH'd into the Raspberry Pi. Oh man. Exit. Right, now I'm in the correct. Oh, that's why it was showing as clear on the desktop, because there's nothing on the desktop on the unit downstairs. Let's start again. Start again! Right, so I am on my Pi. I want to go into my desktop. Right, ls. I should have my home and sort later lol, because that's a lot of files that I just chucked in to clear my desktop. Right, so now sftp pi at, and the IP address again, 17. That's why I wondered why I had to enter I put the password in wrong then. Yes, when I previously SFTP, it said do you want to confirm this new connection, because I was connecting to itself for some silly crazy reason. So local pwd, I should be on my desktop, yay, and the directory where we are in the thing, so I want to, right, so I want to put, because I'm going to upload it to the Pi downstairs, I want to upload, oops, I need to pass in the dash capital R for all the other stuff that's in this drive, which is going to be my home, and we're going to call it home 2, just as it's I don't want to mess about, plus it's an extra backup of what's currently on the Pi downstairs, so that's just going to upload all that, which is done. Cool, super duper. Let's ls, and we do have the home 2 down here, and if I ls home 2, oops, I did home, ls home 2, and you should see that I have the CCTV picture and the buttons that I've created on, well, on this Pi, and now downstairs. So awesome. Right, so I can exit from this, and it doesn't matter where I am, but let's clear the screen again, and we shall, nope, we won't do it from terminal, we are going to be technical, we're going to VNC into it. So let's connect so we can see the display as well. So double click that, and oh, did I do something wrong? Oh man. There we go. Ta-da! Right, so this is the desktop of the Pi that's downstairs, and I just saw it come up on me on my my laptop that's got the stream and the chat on. But anyhow, right. So I want to let's just open the Python IDE, and we're going to select the home to folder that's in here rather than the home folder, and we're going to set the house2 scripts running. Well, when I say running, I need to bring it up first. So if I press F5, now it'll start running and it should take over the whole screen. No, it won't, because I need to change that bit of code. Let's just make sure, because yeah, the external voice is on. Let's not freak the wife out, because she's downstairs and she'll wonder what's going on. Also the little lads downstairs as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. I need to change that function, don't I? Otherwise it's not going to do it. It'll show it on the display here. So I need to stop that script. I didn't really think about this bit. Whew. Right. We'll leave it so I can stop the script initially. But when I receive movement on PIR3, it's going to grab that. It's going to grab the thing and then call that function, whereas me, I had the button set to actually force it. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to comment that bit out because I don't need that to do that. We're not going to touch the button. I'll sort this button out because I have to go into my house settings, which I want to keep private from you lot. And that should then trigger when I stick my arm out of the window. I think that's all. Oh, I need to have the... I might as well put the temperature sensors back in. So let's uncomment that. And I'm using... I need to use the delete key on this. Because it doesn't do it the same way. I think that's all sorted. Oh, I don't want to do that, do I? So let me get rid of that line. Behave. Right, let's run that, and then when we trigger it, it should... There we go. Let's get into there and turn the external voices off. So that's set to on. Now I'm going to go through, well, not through the window, but I'm going to stick me out. Sorry for the noise, just put the headset down. So hopefully it should come up on screen. There we go. Ta-da! That's why, because it's not full screen. My mistake. But it's working. Cool. And that should work. Well, it's only set for the rear camera at the moment. Let's just cancel that, close that off, and let's go back to the functions for the passives. And I haven't got my headset set back on my relax. So I want to basically grab the image and then the camera recording and then the display image. So I need to go to these ones like so. Sorry for any loud noises whilst I do that. Right, so first of all I want to grab image and I'm going to pass in, this will be camera 2 because this is, oh no, camera 1. I thought I were on PIR thread 2. And then after the if, well, the reason why I'm putting it after the if external voice, so that when it grabs it, it'll send Google to do the external voice to say rear garden movement, which my wife doesn't particularly like for some reason. What was it? Display cam, was it? I can't remember what it was called now. I have just done this. Display image. Oh dear. It's getting dark in here. Hey Google, light on please. I can see my keyboard now. Yeah, so whoops. Grab image. This is going to be cam 2 because this is thread 2, and I've put that in the wrong spot. Well done, Martin. Control X. Should be under here. And this one, move over, disp, image, passing nothing. Right, so they are all there. I'm not faffing around with the PIR thread 4 because I don't have a camera linked up at the moment, but I will have in the next few days hopefully. So I don't need to worry about the garage one for now. Right, so let's make sure this works. Mind you, I've already tested it, so it should be fine. Let's get rid of that so it goes full screen, and it should look a lot better. Delete, delete. Right, so that's sorted, and I think that's everything. I'll sort the button out after. Right, let's F5 that and save that, and it should work. It's all full screen now, which is good. Let's turn off the external voice so it doesn't freak them out. And sorry for taking my headphones off again. I might be at a reach actually, so I'll just move my wire. Right, you ready? Super duper. Da 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 da. Right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So that should be downstairs on the unit downstairs. Yeah, it will be. I'm not going downstairs to take a picture with my phone because I think that's a bit pointless because I'm VNC viewing. Right, I'd have to say that is it for this live stream. It has gone on longer than I wanted it to, but that's live coding for you. I don't have anything scripted or anything. I figured out. I'm quite surprised though with the image dot from bytes when considering the actual image is bytes. Yeah, that's strange, is that? Why I had to import IO to actually get that working. But thanks for Stack Overflow that helped me out with that. So I can close that off. And that. But yeah, that's weird how I had to do that. I mean, if I bring that up again, just as a test, if I print out, let's just comment this out, and if I print the type of capture, it should be bytes. Oh, I've forgotten to put the dot content. See, they're all bytes. So why image didn't work when it's working with bytes using the function from bytes? That's weird, is that? But it's working, so that's the main thing. So I've achieved something today. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Nothing in the chats. I'm sure I turned on live chat. But anyhow, thank you for watching. Please like the video if you found it comical, if not anything else. Yeah, I prefer doing live videos because I don't have to edit stuff out, and I know the camera that's down here on the screen has a second delay, and normally when I've done my recordings, I edit stuff on my laptop. Well, Linux Mint that I just recently put on my laptop, and I synchronize the video to the camera. Well, when I say I edit stuff, it's mainly the sound, so I do apologise the sound quality in the live stream, because I do normally play around with the sound on all my videos. I don't chop anything out of any of my videos. Sometimes if I forget to do something in like a Python tutorial, I'll just stick it in and say I'm just going to jump in here, sort of thing. And I don't know what's on this. If you notice down here on my it looks like I've got, you know, them little stickers that you get from McDonald's, you know, the coffee cup stickers. I don't know what that is. I think it's something to do with this light up above me. Yeah, because it's a metal frame thing. But it looks like I've got a sticker on my t-shirt or on the lens. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you found it enjoyable as well as informative, but please like it if you've enjoyed it, and share it for those who don't know about stuff and would benefit them, or at least having a laugh along the way.